Hello everyone, this is Defense Politics Asia, and this is the quick update from the Bakhmut front. So at the Bakhmut front, something surprising has happened. The Ukrainians have launched the great super duper uber Bakhmut offensive. So to my surprise actually, the Ukrainians have launched an offensive in the Bakhmut front and in the Siversk front as well. You know, the entire eastern front, the Ukrainians have launched a massive offensive. So let's go through all the way from the top, all the way the northernmost part. The Ukrainians have launched an attack from Spirne to, and then also in the southeast part of Spirne. They're attacking Berestove. They're attacking Bilohorivka, or from Bilohorivka, Yakovlivka. And then there is also fighting reported at Soledar. And there's fighting from Bakhmut, moving eastward, trying to go this way towards Porovsky. There's a fighting reported, southeast of Bakhmut towards Vesela, Dolyna. Then there is a fighting reported at Zaitseve. So let me like that. And then there is fighting between Zaitseve and Odradivka, basically north east of Odradivka, this way. There's fighting reported at Mykolaivka Druha, or Mykolaivka Druha. There's fighting towards Mykolaivka Druha from Kurdyumivka as well. And yes, so you can see the whole situation. Oops. So you can see that the Ukrainians have launched a massive offensive across the entire eastern front, and this came pretty much as a surprise to me, and probably to the Russians as well, because the Ukrainians are already launching major offensive over at the Liman front, and then at the Oskil front, and then in the latest we have the revival of the Great Kherson offensive. Now we have this great not Donetsk, but Eastern Front offensive, or the Bakhmut offensive. And but so far this part, at least based on the preliminary information, the Russians did not crack. Maybe because the Russians are actually launching and focusing their efforts in this Eastern Front. They have enough troops in this region, so they managed to hold their positions across the entire region. This is not, of course, not very accurate. This is just for just for illustration purpose, that the Russians are holding their lines, and of course they are actually holding it here, holding the lines all around the front. Yeah, so yeah, looks like a lot of caterpillars. So yeah, so this is the situation now across the entire eastern front. However, do not take the initial information that the Russians are able to hold the Ukrainians. Don't take it very seriously, because so far, from the experience of all these major offensive from the Ukrainians, the first piece of information was always the Russians managed to hold the Ukrainian attack, and then the next information will come to say that the entire line have cracked. So yeah, so we shall wait till tomorrow to see whether this offensive actually turns out to be yet another massive breakthrough for the Ukrainians, or does the Russians are able to hold back against this attempted counter-offensive by the Ukrainian side. There is also additional information that there is a unit that had a partial withdrawal towards the Cherkasy region because they have suffered too many casualties over the Bakhmut region against the Wagner PMC. Otherwise, there is a major offensive across the entire front, and yeah, so we shall see you in the next update.